Hello, so I'm going to be streaming for a bit, but I've definitely got a cold or something like that because my throat has been really sore today and I've been sort of sneezing and congested all day. Also, sadly, I'm going to now have to apply by the very new YouTube rules for live streams and cannot show any deactivated firearms in them because despite the fact they're not firearms according to law, they probably are considered that by YouTube. So you won't see the foul behind me. I've had to move it. It's there, but it's not in frame. So that's all right. The AK and everything I've had to cover up. The Lee Enfield's still up there, but that's why the camera's there, even though the masks are on it, so you can't see that. No mention of swords, literally just firearms in their thing. So yeah, that's that. I got a few of the gifts Hype sent me today and yesterday. This Geiger counter, some filters, and the infrared laser for night vision. So I've not got the batteries in the night vision at the moment because I took them out to put them in here to test it. But if we put this to this mode and press this, let's see if the webcam can see the IR laser. Looks like it can't. Generally webcams can see it. Let's just put it to the off position. Right, that's the torch and a regular red laser, so you can see that. That's a normal red laser. And this mode is the IR laser, but it seems, oh, you can just see a bit of purple there. I'd have thought the webcam would have seen that a bit more. What happens if I take that bit off with it? I don't know if that does anything with the camera. You can see something's coming out, can't you, on the webcam? But yeah, there we go. Yeah, it gets worse and worse, doesn't it? And I don't know what this is meant to stop. But yeah, this is like a combination torch, regular red dot, and an IR sort of laser for flashlights. Not flashlights, sorry, firearms, but obviously can't show those in the video so anymore because of YouTube rules. So there we go. But yeah, that's the thing, because people often say get it down and show us, so I can't even do that, because if you... The thing is, it doesn't really specify, does it, Mike? Can they be in the background? You know, if you touch them, then that's definitely not allowed. We've been over this over and over again, Unknown Russian. You're not going to get anything really, really cheap, if that's what you mean. You can get stuff like the Night Fox, which is like 100 odd quid, and they're digital. You can sometimes buy old surplus Soviet night vision things for not too much, but you're not going to get okay or, you know, good high-end night vision for cheap, because it's not a thing like that. Who knows, Iron Man? Can't risk it. You couldn't really do that on the stream anyway. Not in the UK, no. I don't know whereabouts, you know, out in the world and all. But anyway, let's have a look at this Geiger counter, because this is quite good. So, interestingly, the case behind is very similar to that other Chinese one, but this is much better because it has a much bigger thing. So it's in microsieverts. You can set an alarm on it if you want to, and it shows you accumulated dose and sort of current dose. So you can see where it says 0.17 microsieverts. That's the current dose in the room where this is. And where it says 003876, whatever it is, that's the accumulative dose since I've had it on, although there's different modes on it. So there's this one, B. That's obviously with beep. The B means beep, I guess. So I guess this, you know, beeps like a tick whenever you have a source near it. You can also have it in counts per minute mode, which is quite cool. Counts per minute with a beep. So that's what the M mode means, I guess. And then function, I guess, is, yeah, setting the alarm. So you can have function 2 for alarm, function 3 for an alarm, I guess. I guess function 4 doesn't have an alarm. Function 1 doesn't have an alarm. But yeah, there we go. Right. I will, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the cesium, because you lot haven't seen the cesium yet, have you? We can use that to test it, because it's only a quarter of a microcurie, so 4/millionth of a gram, I believe, for this cesium. Thank you, Captain Price, and it's in a sealed thing. So let's see, will holding gamma up to the webcam make the webcam go funny? Is this going to go on the camera? Probably not. I wanted to see if it would do that like static stuff. If it was a stronger source, it probably would, but this won't. Yeah, probably not going to. Anyway, let's see what this thinks of it. So let's pop him on there and see what happens to... Right, I hope I haven't broken that. Something's rattled there. Good. The only thing that happened then was the battery came out. So good. I was worried I'd broken that then. What I might do in this is put some sort of spacer material there, because that battery isn't really all that tight in there. But that was my fault for dropping it, because I was trying to hold it on the webcam and sort of grip it loosely so you could see the screen. Anyway, let's get that back on there. Yeah, right, he's counting again. Right, now let's put this onto the back of it and see. Is it going to start shooting up? Oh, yeah, it's doing some sort of alarm. Ooh. Stopped, has it? Didn't think I had the alarm on, but there we go. Was that just telling me it was a really scary dose? I don't want it doing that. Let's try function 4 and see if that has no beeps. Let's have a look at CPM with the strontium. Not strontium, sorry, cesium. So you can see the counts are going up now. 87. I don't know whereabouts the Geiger tube actually is in this though. 109. Let's see if I put on top like that, if it will actually go up faster. 138. Yeah, but I've got a source here. It'd be a useless check source, wouldn't it, if it was background radiation? You couldn't tell the difference. I can't tell if you're being stupid and named or what. Right. Let's see what it was saying in microsieverts. Right, yeah, the microsieverts thing is still counting with the check source. That's too weak to do that, Mike. This check source, it's not like the strontium 90. Yeah, so this maxes out about 1.62 microsieverts, this cesium 137 on there, so that's not all that scary. As I said, it's 4 millionth of a gram. If I got my radium out, that would be a lot scarier. M2F4 for the beeping con. Okay. There we go, but not the alarm, yeah? Yeah, arrived safely. Obviously, customs just decided to fleece me on them, but oh well. But thank you for sending them anyway, because I mean, £15. I haven't shown the filters yet you sent with this either. What I want to see actually is using the cesium. We'll turn it this way so only the gamma comes off of it. I want to see if I say put that there. Actually, I need it where it's not going to fall over. Put a bit of cesium on the Christmas decoration then, I guess. No, he's going to fall over. Oh, no, now he's fallen down there. Right, I'll use this to find him, shall I? Because it should start beeping when I get close to the check source. There's my check source gone. Out the way. You out the way. Where is he? Pretty sure it fell into the box, didn't it? Not outside the box. it's not behind it. Right, let's just check in case it's fallen into one of these. Oh yeah, there he is. Right. Okay. Radioactive gas mask. Right, okay, so what I was going to do anyway was I wanted to try and stand this up somewhere, which is easier said than done. Maybe there? Yeah, there we go. Right, that's stood up now. What I wanted to see was at what sort of range the gamma stops on this. We'll go into counts per minute mode. Right, CPM beep. Oh, he's fallen over again. Brilliant. I suppose I could just do it like this for your sake so you can see it better. Right, it's definitely obviously reading there. I said this is actually a very safe check source because it's again we need so what, there's the tube, is it there? Do you mean? Ah yeah, that sounds about right, thank you. Let's just press that to get the screen to wake back up. Alright, cool. It will tell you exactly where I got it on the video when that goes live, but Spectrum Techniques, or whatever they're called, if you want to look at it, there you go, I have all the information on there. So, quarter of a microcurie, so 4 millionth of a gram, absolutely tiny. November 2019, so barely decayed, 30.1 year half-life. Spectrum Techniques, and yeah, cesium-137. So let's put him back in his proper case. But he's round the wrong way now, actually, isn't he? So put him this way. There we go. I prefer Rontgens. So curies are actually the size of the sample. Curies, I think, equal grams. So let's have a look at a test tube with some radium hands in it. I'm not going to open the box again for this video because I've been playing with the box again today. When Bart came over, he wanted to see some stuff in there. So, you know, I've already got a pretty high dose from that. You know, is there a mode in this where the screen doesn't go off, do you know? Yeah. Radium is a lot scarier than a lot of things because you don't know exactly how much you're getting. But this is quite safe because they're at least sealed in kind of glue in here. Oh, that sounds good, Rich. Might be something nice to do, wouldn't it? Right, let's go on this mode. M1 function 4. That's out the beeping. Let's do it with the beep. Hold that there. Hang on. Okay, so you can't keep. I know why it's doing it because yeah, some things don't, do they? But yeah, it's just a bit annoying on the stream. But it doesn't matter because I'd mostly actually just put this in the pocket and use it for an actual proper decimeter kind of / Geiger. You can hear it's reading those there, but this isn't as hot as, you know, like real radium, as in plain dial radium. Yeah, radium is quite hot for us. Let's try those other bits of radium I've got. And the trinitite. Trinitite, however it's pronounced. Right. So let's try these first. There's 6 little watch hands in there, like a periodic table kind of thing. Let's see. Yeah, so would I. Hopefully doing it next year unnamed. Now let's try the Trinitonite, or however it's pronounced. I think on this, the kind of crushed looking bit of sand is the hottest bit on it. So let's put that there and see. We'll just flip it around a little bit to see if it's more sensitive to some bits than other. What if I put above the tube like this? I don't know if that would give you a slightly higher reading, but anyway, I won't get all the box of stuff out today because, like I said, I was using it earlier. For those of you that were interested, though, when I checked the box today, the decimeter had gone over 50 and like the quartz fiber was on the far right side of it. I reset it with Bart to 0 Rontgen and he checked me do it on DP75. Then a few, I'll turn the beeping off before it irritates me. Hang on, there we go. I'll put this back on charge as well because I need to get the battery to fully charge in this, I think. And then, yeah, we checked it a couple of hours later and it was already at 2 Rontgen. So, yeah, the inside of that box is fairly hot, but the outside isn't at all because I sort of like lead shielded it properly. I'd actually be a lot more worried personally, Unknown Russian, about inhaling radium or ingesting radium because I think that's more likely to get you in the end than actual. Yeah, function seems to change the alarm mode if we look at that. F does the alarm and then it lets you obviously change the alarm quantities. And then, yeah, the obviously mode seems to be either CPM with beeps or micro sieverts with beeps. What I need to do at some point is put this next to the other Geiger and see if they both get the same sort of reading, you know, if they're in the same place. That would actually be fairly interesting to do, but it's not going to be all that convenient to do that with the length of the cable. Anyway, I'll pop this just on the PC for now so it can charge. So I'll show you the filters Hype also sent me. So this really big, I guess, Russian sort of industrial filter that looks really cool. Proper chunky filter. In terms of what single thing in the lowest volume is the most radioactive, probably the cesium-137. In terms of what have I got that's the scariest thing, the radium. Because the radium, even though it's not as, you know, radioactive per gram, I've got more of it than anything else. And this is the cool thing. It's like the modern GP5 filters. Notice it's actually the GP5 metal case. I don't know if you can see that in the bag, but it's the one that's not got asbestos in. Did you lower the control rods, the Atlov? I don't live in an ex-Soviet country, though, sadly, Unknown Russian, do I? Some people say yes, survive, but I think normally no is the answer to that. You can get irradiated dust in water that if you drink it would kill you or irradiate you, but as far as I'm aware, water itself cannot become radioactive. Although somebody on one of the streams was saying something about tritium can irradiate water, but, you know, who knows. Oh, that's cool. Like, thanks. With those, I'm tempted to keep them sealed, though, unless I actually need to open them, because obviously these are probably well in date, aren't they? Let's see. Does it have a best before on here? I guess it was 2011, was it? Or is that the manufacture date? Because there's one bit there that says 2011 on this one. That. Yeah. Tell you what, I'm not going to open the seals on this filter, but I am going to take this one out of the bag, just because I think people find this one looks really interesting. So there's a manual I won't be able to read. There's a nice smell, actually. Don't know why I like the smell of that, but yeah. Metal-wise, this is a GP5 filter. But internally, it does not have the old asbestos-style thing. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying, Survive. If you had something that was a small enough kind of life straw type thing, that in theory should take all the radioactive particles out. I don't think I've had any more Czech stuff recently, Dyatlov. Generally, you can put GOST filters on NATO masks fine, but not NATO filters on GOST masks, if that makes sense. Ah, cool, let's have a look then. Put me on the dot, 220 is printed in blue on the bottom. Ah, yeah, cool. Ah, yeah. 03 2019 to 10/24, thank you. So it's got a 5-year date on that one. Right, thank you for that. And it's shiny. And this one, printed on the top. Ah, yeah. Expires 5/24. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. But again, I don't want to use them unless I have to, because I never like opening in date filters. I've got one with a hand pump Survive that Hype recommended that was like the Chinese PLA style one, but I've not actually used it yet. I've got it. I'm trying to think which drawer I put it in, because I've got it in a drawer near me somewhere. But yeah, it's looks quite good, but I've not had any use for it yet. Oh, ideally, I think you'd have both, wouldn't you, Survive? Like charcoal for taking chemicals out, the very fine particulate filter for like bacteria and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the cool thing, though, isn't it? Like you were saying before, it's literally a GP5 canister, but it's black, but the internals are actually different, which is kind of the cool thing. So same machined outside. I mean, you could actually paint this green, I suppose, couldn't you, if you really wanted to make people go, oh no, it's an asbestos filter. Yeah, I'll do it at some point, Survive, but I've not got around to it yet. It's one of those things where I've got loads of things to do videos on when I get round to it, but at the moment I've been doing the more interesting things. Yeah, Ernie, I've got like a cold sort of flu type thing, kept waking up in the night, coughing, sore throat sort of thing. Still got a sore throat now. That's what I said earlier. I'd probably do 30 to 45 minutes on the stream, not a full hour. Well, I do, Comrade Dyatlov, in the sense that when I'm volunteering, I sometimes use a respirator to stop me sneezing and coughing everywhere, like by getting dust in my thing, you know. I've had times where I've had to use a mask when sanding and stuff like that. Ooh. Oh, that's good. That filter hit the other filter, so it broke its fall. And luckily it's not damaged the filter. Good. I won't keep doing that, though. Right, let's put those there, where I'm not going to damage them. There we go. What, when is the next gas mask video, or what is the next gas mask video on? Well, weirdly, oh, that's fine, I just needed to press F11. I was going to say it had gone full screen, but I filmed a video on the PMK3 the other day, but that won't be live for a while. That won't be live until January the 10th. What else is there that I've filmed? A lot of them have just gone live fairly recently, though. There's a video to do with gas masks and radiation that's live on December the 25th, so Christmas Day. That's your Christmas present. What other ones are there? Let me go back a page. But at the moment, most of the gas mask videos have been live as of, like Saturdays, rather than... Yeah, most of the videos coming up are on Geiger counters and like Czech sources. So if you only watch gas mask videos, you might be a bit bored. But to be honest, I find Geiger counters are quite a refreshing change from doing just videos on different gas masks. Are you on about the one in Japan? I don't know if they spilled a bucket of uranium, but wasn't it a criticality accident? which is where you basically put too much of a radioactive material together at once and it goes critical. With Ouchie, whatever he was called, where they just didn't do the humane thing and kill him, essentially. They kept resuscitating him, which is pretty horrific if you're dying from acute radiation syndrome. Oh, so it's one of those things, is it, where if you buy them essentially locally, you can get them quite cheap. You do see that, though, don't you? Like you're saying with a lot of the Chinese stuff, that when the counter said something like 111 Hong Kong dollars, whatever it was, does that work out like $11 sort of pounds, the thing? Yeah, they're saying that's surprisingly cheap, isn't it, if you think what a SOEX costs or whatever, or any of the sort of £100 basic Geigers. All right, cool. So yeah, that's good to know, isn't it? That it's literally, if you needed to buy a decent Geiger counter over there, it's only like $11 or so, £11, yeah. No, I've only got the regular GP7, the PMK1, and the PMK3. All right, cheers. Yeah, generally when stuff comes from China, it doesn't have a value on that says gift. They never do that, but I guess now they've been going, oh, we can make some tax. No, they don't have a store of gas masks. I mean, they've got a very limited stock for very small scale things, but a big scale thing, no, you're fucked. They're not helping you, is the thing. Right, if you want to see what that does if I remove the lead shielding, I'll do that, but I'll not actually open the box. So let's get this. I'm going to have to put it somewhere. Can I put the webcam fully down at the chair? Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do is pull the chair back. I'll get my box. So bear with me a moment. I'm just going to pop this here. Right, and here we go. Just bear with me 1 second while I grab this. I'll remove the lead shielding. Right, here we go. So there's this. I've marked the hottest section on the outside with a pen when we were checking it with the Geiger counter. So what I'm going to do is put this, I'll unplug it a second. Right, so we want it on this side. I don't want to have the beeping on, but let's hold it there a second. Oh, no, it's beeping. I don't want it to beep. Shut up. Is there a way of turning that off completely, like the alarm beep? So I didn't think I had the alarm on. But no, I don't want alarm. Go off. M1 function 4. Is that an alarm? F4 is alarm off. Right, cool. Let's try that. All right, here we go. Yep, thank you. So that's getting 11 sieverts at the moment. Oh, sorry, 20 microsieverts. Don't know. I don't think that's visible, is it? Unfortunately, on the camera. What if I do that? No, it's still glaring, isn't it, with the light? That's annoying. 28, 36 microsieverts. What I'll do is I'll just leave it there a second and we'll see how high it goes. You'd actually have to be quite high level survive if we look at like Calvert and Hatch and that stuff. Most civil servants would have been nuked back in the day. Yep, because I've removed the lead shielding. That's why I've got lead shielding. It's radium. It doesn't stop, basically. I've got shielding on the inside and outside. One side's a bit more shielded than the other. So if I check what it's saying now, that's 50 microsieverts. Yeah, 50 microsieverts. Let's turn it around to the other side. I don't know if you're going to see that. Just check if it shows up on there before it goes off. Yeah, 48 microsieverts, right. Let's try the other side, because there's a bit more lead shielding at this side. What does this side register? Bear in mind, as I said, there's more shielding on this side, but it's still not 44. I don't know if it's still dropping down. 27. 20. Yeah, it says dropping now. Oh, that's the point. I forgot to pick up that spare lead from Bart, because Bart was going to give me some spare lead today, and we forgot twice to pick it up. I'll sort out from him at some other point. Yeah, 13. 6. Right, so just to show you guys something, for all the people who think a little bit of lead stops gamma radiation, just to prove it doesn't, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this. We're going to fold it like this and put it over that spot where I put the Geiger. Right. Now he's going to sit there. Let's look at the dose when it starts measuring it properly again. Bear in mind, it's got more distance away from the box now, hasn't it? Because distance is generally better than shielding, it seems, of a lot of this stuff. 3.46, is it going up or down? Still going down, actually. So tell you what I'll do, to get the distance more like it was, let's just put this like that. So let's put that there. Again, sorry for the glare on the screen where you probably can't see it. It's 2.88 at the moment. 4. There we go. 4 microsieverts. 6.19. 8. 9.5. 11. This is, by the way, this is with the lead on there. I just want to point that out. You know, because it's a lot lower than it was. 13, but it's still going up. Yeah, lead shielding isn't magic, basically. Yeah, definitely. That's the thing I've noticed with the battery life on this and the SOX. The battery keeps doing that when you expose it to radiation. Yeah, exactly. That's a big thing. I was actually weirdly talking to Bart about that today. Like, if you use an old retro Geiger counter, they do not, you know, start shitting the bed as soon as what are you on about? Sorry, Unknown Russian? I've been talking about radiation and looking at this mostly. That's one of the nice things about the old retro ion counters and Geigers, you know, ion chambers and Geiger counters, that it's at 13. Right, it seems to be stopping about 13.64 there now. So obviously the shielding does do something, but the point is that, you know, it doesn't magically stop stuff coming through. 13.15, 13.21, 13.33. But again, yeah, if we remove this lead, then this sits in pretty much the same place. I know it's, again, like an inch closer to the thing now. 13.54. 15. And the screen's gone into power saving mode. For anybody that was wondering, I can sometimes get the needle to move a bit on this now with this. So let's put him down and zero him. Hang on. Let's move you out of the way a second. All right, so you want the zero function. Anyway, it was at 20, so I'm going to put this back on charge. But yeah, the point anyway I was getting at was yeah, be very careful with shielding if you start getting and where you store these sort of boxes, because you know actual radium and stuff like that is going to give you a good reading. Yeah, that's exactly what you want though, isn't it? An apocalyptic counter. So let's put this here a second. I'm going to just zero it. You should see the needle move on this one at least, because it's what was I going to say? It's not a digital display that's got a light behind it. Oh, okay, that's all right. I'm non-Russian if you weren't talking to me. Yeah, we'll see if the needle starts moving in a minute, because they said it couldn't be done. It doesn't move scarily, because bear in mind this is a doomsday counter. But right, when he wants to focus. Oh, see, bit of movement there. Bear in mind I'm on the time 0.1. So 5 is 500 millirontgen. 1 would be 100 millirontgen, so at the moment it's like 10 millirontgen per hour. I'll try moving him ever so slightly on a different section to see if it affects the reading at all. Oh, yeah, there. Oh, hang on. That's interesting. What do you mean by how do I have it? It's gone back down to 0. All right, Vladimir. He doesn't want to focus now. 0. You tend to kind of almost get like a gamma pulse from this that sometimes shoots it up a bit. But yeah, it's going a bit low energy again now, so it's not really doing much. But yeah, there you go. That kind of gives you an example of that. So let's turn him back off, put him away. I've not got the speaker on this, but if you want to see, let me turn that other light on, because I think that's where a load of the glare keeps coming from. Let's see if the glare's a bit better now. Ah, good, that's much better. Right, okay, so what we'll do is we'll just stick the mini monitor down here. You can see the thing there, can't you? What we're going to do is, it's kind of scary watching that needle already start moving, but, oh, there he goes. If I turn it that way, oh yeah, it gets a higher reading. Because I guess high energy beta still penetrates. Actually, I'll tell you what, with the mini monitor I can do this, can't I? And no, I'm not on battery test mode. Is there a slightly higher section there anywhere? What's that on? 200 counts per second. Oh, that's a bit higher. I think that's like the sweet spot there. But yeah, shielding. Shielding is important. If you want to see this with the shielding there, and then me doing the same thing with the probe, hang on a second. This is at least the external shielding. Let's pop that there. Right, Notice it's like halving the count, basically. But it's still... it will be closer to the tip because it's an alpha mica window. So that's part of the tube, and then it's sort of shaped like that. But yeah, if I just turn it that way, if you want to see it that way, there you go. If it's going to focus and not look really blue. But yeah, it is more sensitive that way because it is kind of designed so you can check for contamination with it. But yeah, flick him back off. Oh. Now what I'll do is I'll just put this back down here a moment. I'm not going to play about with samples tonight, but we will get this out and have a look. Right, let's see how he's doing. Remember, he was set to 0 earlier today. It was about 2 Rontgen, half 3 sort of time. So 2 Rontgen, half 3. He is now at about 4 Rontgen. I don't know if you're going to see that on there. Sorry, bear with me a second while I work out which way is the way the webcam sees it. Is it that way up? Yeah, I know it's a bit dark, but yeah. So what's the time now? 9:30. So if at 3:30 it was 2 Rontgen, that's 6 hours, isn't it? So 2 Rontgen in 6 hours. So what's that like? 0.33 Rontgen per hour in the box now? I haven't actually seen anything to it. Yeah, exactly. That's why I have shielding. This is the point I really want to, make to people is that, when you start getting certain things, especially radium aircraft dials, please, please, please shield them and think where you're going to store them in the house. So that's why I have that other Geiger running 24/7 just a bit above him. So what I can do, is check a few inches away from the box what the dose is, and then it's pretty close to background. But yeah, the point is that radium, scary. No idea, Phanos or Thanos. There we go. Right, that's that closed again. Very rarely watch PewDiePie. Certainly that unknown Russian, but exact numbers I don't know. And again, it's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, isn't it? Or whatever they say. Well, I've already said to you I haven't seen China's new aircraft carrier, so how can I tell you if it's effective or not? Anyway, because I've got a bit of a sore throat, I'll go off in a couple of minutes. But thank you, everybody. This has been an enjoyable stream, and a big thank you to Hype for sending me that Geiger counter and the 2 filters and this IR laser thing. I can't really show you it very well on this, though. I mean, I could show you the red laser, couldn't I, on it? Because you'll be able to see that on the regular stream. So there's the flashlight and the red laser. Oh, I need to do that. Yeah, there's the red laser. It also has some settings in the other direction. That's just a flashlight. Oh, so that's just flashlight on that one. That's flashlight and red dot laser on that one. Red dot laser. And then, of course, infrared laser, which you probably can't see. If I do this, you'll be able to see that there is. Ooh, see? Oh, I got the webcam directly then. There we go. Infrared. Ooh. Whether or not that damages the webcam, I don't know. if I did a giveaway, people would subscribe just for the giveaway who don't actually have any interest in the videos. That's the only problem with doing giveaways. Right, do I have any in this room night visions that work? Let me flick the lights off anyway. Right, I'll quickly show you then. Let me get this on the right setting so I don't... Right, that's IR laser now, isn't it? Right, okay. Let me just turn the main light off and get... I'll get this one handy, that Russian one, right? Because that's here, and it's AA, so easy battery type, and then I'll go off. Right, so let's get this on and focused. Right, see, Mike, I don't know if you want to just quickly see this before you go, though. Let's focus this, if I can. If it wants to focus, it might be this one. Really needs focusing as well. Or is that in focus at the moment? Hang on. Right, for my eye, this is all right. Hang on. For my eye, it's all right, but whether or not the webcam will see it, I don't know. Right, that's not wanting to focus at the moment, annoyingly. But what I'll do, hang on, there's the wall. Let me just use this so you can actually see. See the IR laser there? Hang on. I don't know how, whereabouts, you know, I'm aiming. Oh, there we go, right. It's because it's mirrored. There's the IR laser. So if I put that down, look, you'll see that. Oh, you can see the IR laser slightly, can't you, with the webcam when it's dark? That's sort of interesting. There we go. See, that's the IR laser. So the one that you'd have on a gun, obviously, and then it's... I just obviously don't want to hit the thing with it. That's the only thing. So. Right, let's get on the guy of the GP5's head. Wherever he is on the poster. Oh, there he is. It's just weird trying to do this in mirror vision on YouTube. I'm not going to be able to fine tune this just by trying to do it on that. But yeah, there you go. So that's that. Thank you to Hype for sending that. I'm going to put the cap back on this before this glows out from the thing. But yeah, thank you, Hype, for all your gifts. And yeah, if you send any more, tell you what, do the thing you suggested and don't put the value on them. Otherwise, Customs will want some money off of me. I've got a copy of the K-Bar, and I've got a kind of Israeli-based version of the K-Bar. The Israeli-based version is the best one. Yeah, we'll do. Probably do that at Bart's at some point, where I can put the, what's it on? The pulsar. Have the pulsar on a head mount, and then, yeah, have that attached to an airsoft rifle or something. But yeah, cool. Right, thanks everybody. See you all. Stay safe. I'll see if I'll feel like streaming tomorrow. I'll hopefully do at least a short stream, but it depends again if how sore my throat is, you know, how bunged up I am. But yeah, thanks to you, Hype, as well for everything. And yeah, I will make sure I don't irradiate myself. See you all later. Bye.